Why most resumes fail before a human ever sees them. Most resumes are never read by a human, not because candidates are weak and not because jobs no longer exist, but because resumes are filtered long before a recruiter ever sees them. Hiring today begins inside automated systems. These systems do not evaluate effort, ambition, or potential. They evaluate structure, consistency, relevance, and familiarity. If a resume fails at the system level, capability never enters the conversation. The outdated mental model of hiring. Most professionals still imagine hiring as a human-first process. They believe a recruiter opens their resume, reads it, and decides. That mental model is outdated. Today, resumes are uploaded, passed into structured data, scored against job descriptions, ranked against other applicants, and filtered automatically. Only a small fraction ever reach a recruiter's screen. Silence does not mean rejection. Silence means the system never elevated your profile. Why applicant tracking systems exist. Applicant tracking systems exist because of scale. A single role can receive hundreds or thousands of applications. ATS systems reduce noise by ranking candidates based on how closely they resemble profiles that succeeded before. These systems are not biased, emotional, or unfair. They are literal. They reward clarity and punish ambiguity. They do not ask whether you worked hard. They ask whether you look predictable. Core structure of an ATS-ready resume. Every ATS-ready resume follows a simple, disciplined structure. It starts with a clean header containing only your name, phone number, professional email, location, and LinkedIn URL. Nothing else. No photos, no icons, no design elements. This is followed by a short professional summary of 3 to 4 lines that clearly states who you are in the job market and what role you belong to. Skills, experience, and education. How ATS reads them. Next comes a structured skills section, grouped logically into tools, technologies, methodologies, or domains. Random keyword dumping weakens clarity. ATS systems reward grouped patterns because they mirror past successful resumes. After skills comes work experience in reverse chronological order, with a clear job title, company name, dates, and concise bullets that combine action, outcome, and context. Education and certifications follow at the end and should remain simple. Formatting choices that break ATS parsing. Many resumes fail not because of weak content, but because of formatting decisions. 2-column layouts, tables, text boxes, graphics, charts, icons, logos, and visual timelines often break parsing. Decorative fonts, headers with key information, footers with dates, and progress bars reduce ATS accuracy. A resume that looks impressive to humans can be unreadable to systems. Universal formatting rules that always work. Because there are many ATS platforms in use, optimization must follow universal rules. A single column layout, standard fonts like Arial or Calibri, consistent date formats, plain section headings, and bullet points written in text work reliably across systems. ATS systems prefer boring resumes. Boring resumes get interviews. ATS optimization really means. Optimizing for ATS does not mean tricking the system. It means aligning with how it evaluates relevance. ATS systems score resumes based on job title similarity, skill alignment, semantic context, experience continuity, and recency. This is why using one resume for every role reduces success. The goal is not volume. The goal is controlled clarity. How to match job descriptions without keyword stuffing. Job description matching should never involve blind keyword copying. Responsibilities should be extracted from the job description, grouped into themes, and reflected naturally in experience bullets. Modern ATS systems evaluate meaning, not just repetition. Context matters more than raw keyword count. ATS expectations for freshers versus experienced professionals. But freshers and experienced professionals are evaluated differently by systems. For freshers, ATS emphasizes skills, tools, coursework, and projects. Projects often carry more weight than internships. Over-formatting, long summaries, and irrelevant personal details weaken clarity. For professionals with 10 or more years of experience, ATS focuses on role consistency, leadership scope, decision impact, and outcomes. Listing everything you have ever done creates noise. Older experience should be compressed. Impact should be prioritized over tasks. Resume entropy and why resumes decay over time. Many candidates unknowingly sabotage themselves over time. Titles change slightly. Metrics are rewritten repeatedly. Skills are added and removed without control. Over weeks and months, the resume slowly degrades. This is resume entropy. Once entropy increases, rejection feels random, even though it is not. Structure prevents decay. Common ATS myths that damage job searches. There are many myths about ATS systems, and these myths actively harm job searches. One common myth is that ATS automatically rejects candidates. In reality, ATS systems score and rank. Another myth is that keyword stuffing improves results. In practice, excessive keyword injection reduces semantic clarity and lowers confidence scores. Many believe design improves visibility, but visual elements usually reduce passing accuracy. ATS systems are not designed to judge creativity, they are designed to eliminate ambiguity. The ATS optimization alone is not enough. A final myth is that ATS optimization alone guarantees interviews. In reality, ATS gets you through the first gate. Recruiters still evaluate clarity, relevance, and credibility afterward. ATS safety is necessary, but it is not sufficient. Both layers must align. How AI is commonly misused in job search. Artificial intelligence is now widely used in job search, but most people use it incorrectly. AI should reduce manual effort, not replace thinking. Unconstrained AI usage creates hallucinated experience, inconsistent resumes, exaggerated metrics, and lower ATS confidence. The difference between effective and harmful AI usage is prompt design. Choosing the right AI tool for the right task. Different AI tools serve different purposes. ChatGPT is best for structured reasoning, resume analysis, controlled rewriting, and comparison of variants. Perplexity is best for search-first tasks, such as validating market skills, role expectations, and hiring trends. Gemini, Claude, or Grok can be used for alternate phrasing or tone comparison, but they should not replace a primary workflow. Prompt design that preserves resume integrity. High-value prompts always include context and constraints. When evaluating fit, AI should be instructed to act as both an ATS scoring engine and a senior recruiter, using only the provided resume and job description. When comparing resume variants, AI should rank versions by likelihood of shortlisting and explain why. When optimizing a resume, AI must be explicitly forbidden from inventing experience or altering dates. Using AI to detect resume inconsistency. AI can also be used to detect resume entropy. By asking AI to identify inconsistencies in titles, diluted narratives, or conflicting signals, professionals can catch issues early. AI should ask questions. It should not fabricate answers. Reducing manual job search fatigue. Manual repetition is one of the biggest sources of job search fatigue. Copying job descriptions, rewriting resumes, and re-entering data increases exhaustion and inconsistency. Chrome bookmarklets can capture job descriptions, launch pre-filled AI prompts, and send resumes for analysis with a single click. Chrome extensions can store job descriptions, tag roles, and simplify tracking. Automating the resume workflow responsibly. Advanced users can automate parts of the workflow using tools like N8N. Job descriptions can be saved automatically, analyzed by AI, mapped to resume variants, and logged into a tracking system. Automation works best when it supports a clear process, rather than replacing judgment. Why tracking applications improves interview outcomes. Tracking applications is optional but powerful. Each application should record the job title, company, job description, resume version used, experience framed, salary mentioned, cover letter used, and outcome. When interviews happen, this prevents mixed signals and enables confident preparation. Consistency builds trust with both systems and humans. Resumes as systems, not documents. The most important shift in 2026 is thinking about resumes not as documents, but as systems. A strong job search system includes one master resume, a small number of role-locked variants, controlled updates, AI-assisted feedback loops, and disciplined tracking. Effort without structure creates noise. Noise gets ignored.
Final reality check.
The job market is not fair, but it is predictable. Those who react emotionally get filtered out. Those who design systems get shortlisted. If your resume is not producing interviews, the problem is rarely your ability. It is usually your system. Fix the system, and the outcomes change.